championing the localization agenda is the second pillar of GNDR strategy.
So we must emphasize the necessity of tailoring our approaches to meet local realities, and civil society organizations play a pivotal role in this endeavor, effectively bridging the gap between global frameworks and local action.
When you qualify disaster as natural, you are telling the government that it's not your responsibility to deal with, because you can deal with any natural issue. Disasters are not natural. Hazards are natural, and we need to work to avoid hazard from becoming disaster. And that's the vision of GNDR.
And she told us, "Ikiragide," which means death is here. Then she dragged us out of the house and into the darkness. My voice resonated with millions of others across the globe. GNDR support and other CSOs to amplify not only my voice, but for those communities displaced in the globe.
And I believe that the best data sharing and data collection could be very influential when you talk about local communities.
We cannot talk about sharing data if we don't make data accessible for all. So that's a key point. So what we are saying is that disability is the result of the barriers that you produce in the environment and different able bodies.
Climate change is not happening within a vacuum. It's happening against a backdrop of existing inequalities, rising food prices, and ongoing food insecurity and ongoing conflicts. And what climate change is doing is that it's exacerbating a lot of these societal challenges that we face. And at the same time, it's complexifying the situation and the context within which civil society organisations operate. So this is really spreading the resources that civil society organisations have really thinly. And also that, coupled with a lack of funding, means that civil society organisations really have a big challenge in addressing climate change.
How can we make sure that the financing is not available only when disasters happen, but actually address some of the fundamental root causes for the vulnerability? So extremely relevant for all the DR sector and GNDR in particular. How do we make sure that the financing is approached in a different way and requires us, I think, new solutions to this growing climate-induced threats, but also just the broader disaster risk reduction?
I think most of you might have heard about Fred, Cyclone Fred. We have managed to allocate to all the partners ahead of Fred an amount corresponding to 5,000 euros, to the 5,000 for each partners, and they intervened in areas like water, food support, non-food items, and the other interventions that they did. We managed to set up a trigger, which is very essential when we are talking of anticipatory actions.
We are some kind of communication bridge between the national authorities, between the international donors and the local communities. We try to, first of all, to get some knowledge, experience, and after that, to try to adapt and to spread the information on the local level.
It is really amazing to see how many members are participating in our summit. We had about 180 participants from more than 60 countries. And it's really amazing to see how are engaging each other, how they are committing to each other, and how together they are building the network.